systems, all the different virus detectors and stuff like that. So it is a little bit of a process to go through this, and it's not always the funnest process for distributors, and that's kind of why, a lot of times it's referred to as a pioneering stage, because, you're being, a lot of the things are being tested live on, the current distributors and stuff like that. But we've launched a lot of companies very successfully, and so we don't feel that there's going to be a huge, long pioneering stage. We do feel that everything's going to run fairly smooth. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. The purpose of this call is really to go over some updates. We haven't done an actual corporate update call. We've done a lot of calls with different leaders and their teams and stuff like that. Pretty much several times a day, we're on conference calls with different leaders around the world, giving updates and stuff like that. A lot of that's going to change. We're not going to do a lot of team calls at all. We're going to try and give the information that the team leaders can do their own calls, and then we're going to launch corporate calls and webinars that people can use in order to invite people to hear about the opportunity firsthand. So, we're excited to move from this free launch stage that we've been in for the last, about 2.5 weeks, actually, a little less than that, into the next stage, which is pre-launch. So I'm going to, first off, explain a little bit about the vision, about the opportunity, exactly what we're doing, and then I'm going to explain where we are right now this second and where we see that we're going to be even later on this week and next week and the rest of the month. So, again, first I want to thank everybody for taking your time on this Thursday evening. I'm not going to take too much of your time. My goal is to go through this information in about a half hour and give you all the updates and stuff like that. But our vision is really simple. As an entrepreneur and as somebody who's been full-time in the network marketing home-based business arena since February of 1993, it's really something that I've been, very passionate about, very excited about, and I've seen some huge potential over the last couple of years with cryptocurrency. And a couple things that I saw. First off, there's a lot of unknowns with cryptocurrency. Definitely a ton of stuff I don't know, and really nobody knows exactly what's going to happen. But what I do know is the opportunity is enormous. In fact, I think it's bigger than anything I've personally ever seen in the 25 years that I've been full-time in this industry. But even more so than just being full-time for the last 25 years, I've been a student of the industry. So I've studied, pretty much all of the success of network marketing over the last, since its existence. And what companies have done, what the changes have been, and I've never seen anything like this. I mean, it is literally that powerful. What we have right before our eyes, we have the potential of the entire world economy completely changing on how things are purchased all over the world. And the whole banking, again, you're talking about trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars in the world economy that is changing because they found a better way. And so I couldn't be more excited about it. But I saw two huge opportunities that we wanted to place millions of people in front of all over the world. And the first one was education. The reason education is so big right now is there's estimated 2 to 4% of the population has a cryptocurrency wallet. Without a cryptocurrency wallet, you cannot have any cryptocurrency. So that means somewhere between 96 to 98% of the world's population isn't paying any attention to probably the biggest thing ever in their lifetime, meaning that the entire world economy and how things are bought and sold is changing right before our eyes. And again, this is bigger than anything that I think any of us will ever see. So as you get out there and start talking to people, very easy to pique their interest, but you need an education platform in order to monetize that, something to make it worth your time to go tell people about how exciting cryptocurrency is and actually answering their questions on what cryptocurrency is. Instead of going out there and talking about cryptocurrency and about all the wallets and Bitcoin and Ethereum and Litecoin and Zcash and Golem and Waves and, you know, all of the other different coins out there that are creating excitement, that if you're trying to explain all of these to them and not make any money on it, what we're doing through the education process is allowing you to monetize this enormous shift in the world economy by going out there and telling people, instead of you educating them on every aspect. Say, hey, what I recommend is get a membership to Modern Money Team because they're going to give you some of the best education in the world for $20, and it's probably the best $20 you can ever spend on a monthly basis in your entire life. And I believe that 100%. That people don't have cryptocurrency wallets, know the difference, and know what to watch for, and stuff like that, they're costing themselves potentially thousands or tens of thousands or all the way up to costing themselves millions of dollars over the next several years. And that's a fact. This is something that you don't want to be telling your grandkids or your kids or, you know, whatever, depending on your age, over the next 10, 15, 20 years, that, oh, man, I was, you know, had the chance to get into Ethereum when it was $160 or into Bitcoin when it was 2,000, let alone what we already missed out on a couple years ago when we could have got into Ethereum when it was less than $1, and we could have got into, you know, Bitcoin even 7 years ago when it's less than a penny. I mean, those times have changed, but there's very possible over the next year, 2, 3, 4, 5 years, people are going to be wishing that, man, I wish I would have got into Ethereum. I saw Ethereum when it was, you know, $150 or when it was $140. And those types of stories, just like I'm hearing the people, oh man, I got into Bitcoin when it was $230 and, you know, 2 years ago. And those types of stories that we're all hearing. And people that have made thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, even millions, tens of millions, hundreds of millions of dollars over the last 7, 8 years that have really paid attention and, you know, saw this massive change before others. And so what we wanted to do is provide the opportunity for every single human being to take advantage of this cryptocurrency education and help educate those 96 to 98% of the world that knows little to nothing about cryptocurrency and how they should at least pay a little bit of attention and get at least a little bit of information, and why we feel Modern Money Team is the way to do that. So that's really the first opportunity, and that's what we're launching tonight, actually. The people are going to be able to start participating and you know, purchasing and earning by referring other people. And then the next stage is the mining operation, and I'm just as excited about both. I like the mining because of the passive income potential, but I like the education because there's no scaling issues. Meaning on the education, if we bring in 100 million people, we're going to educate 100 million people on cryptocurrency and literally change the entire world and how they purchase things and how they look at things if that happens. Now, 100 million mining machines, it may never happen ever. Even a million, even 100,000 is definitely a task. Right now, even 1,000 machines or 10,000 machines is a task because in cryptocurrency mining, more specifically in the GPU mining, there's a massive supply and demand issue where there's way more demand than there is supply. But I'm very confident that anytime you have that situation where there's a massive you know, demand and a lack of supply, we're living in a worldwide economy with some of the brightest people on the planet, and, you know, entrepreneurs can see that's what they're looking for. They're looking for anything that has a supply and demand issue where there's way more demand than there is supply, and then they actually take care of that. And I believe, I already know that that's happening. NVIDIA is just now launching a card specifically for mining. I know that there's other ones in the works, some smaller companies and small, still very large companies, that they're putting out cards specifically for mining, and they're going to meet the demand. It's just how entrepreneurship works in this worldwide economy. And so we feel that the first, you know, 30, 60, 90 days of pre-launching this mining organization, there's probably going to be, you know, some frustration. There's going to be a scaling issue. where we're not able to meet the demand of our current distributors in the mining. But I also realize I think that's going to be short term. Things that are changing in the manufacturing and opportunities that are coming across, then I do feel that long term we're going to be able to meet the demand and supply these mining machines to create what our goal is, one of the largest operations in the world. And we're able to do that. It'd be very difficult if I was just going to say myself, I'm going to go set up a company that's going to become a player in the cryptocurrency GPU mining industry. But as we bring in tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, eventually millions of distributors, and all together we're, pooling resources and setting up a crowd-funded mining operation, and then also a cloud mining operation for those that just want to, dip their toe in it and not get, fully vested in a, machine that they own. It's going to enable us to literally build an enormous operation. But what I can tell you and what our 100% goal is to basically deliver what we say we're going to deliver. And so when we are telling people not necessarily what I know they want to hear, people would much prefer hearing that, oh yeah, we can supply 1,000 machines a day, or we can supply, 10,000 machines a week, or whatever the case may be. You're not going to hear that from us until the day comes that we can supply 1,000 machines a day or 10,000 machines a week or more than that. I feel that day is going to come, and I personally think it's going to be within the next 6 months. But right now, it's difficult to, be somewhere in the range of 1,000 machines per month. That's kind of our goal starting off, which depending on where you're looking, if you're doing the cloud mining that we're setting up, $50 per share, that's 10,000 shares per month that, would be available. And then, whether it's a 1% or a 10% or a full machine, then obviously it goes down as the machines go up. But that's what we're looking at, and that's what our vision is over time to scale up one of the largest organizations in the world. And what that does is completely solidify the company. And the reason I say that, solidifying the company, is because at that point, once you have, doesn't matter the number, 100 machines or 100,000 machines, that's something that has the ability to work for all of us 24/7. So those machines aren't just, quitting because they saw a better mining opportunity and they jump off and do something else. Those machines are going to continue to mine day after day, hour after hour, week after week, month after month. And so again, when you're looking at network marketing and you're really understanding the goal is retention, what better retention than setting up a huge mining organization? There really isn't a better retention-based opportunity to where it doesn't even matter if your group grows anymore because you have 1,000 or 10,000 or 50,000 machines in your organization that you're getting paid on every single month. And that's what the goal is long-term, so that you have something that's not just paying you for the next, couple months as they stay active, for the next couple years. We're putting something together that's going to be able to pay people for the next, many decades or the unforeseeable future. And so what I'm going to do before I really get into just the last few updates is I do want to cover the compensation plan, both on the education and also on the mining. Now, the actual compensation plan is exactly the same as both. It's just the percentages that are going into the binary that are a little bit different. So on the upgrade packages that are going to be available tonight, there's 4 options. There's a 1 month for $20, and then $20 goes into the plan. There's 3 months for $60. $20 per month will go into the plan for 3 months. Also on that, you'll be qualified as manager for 30 days. So you'll get the 2 generations of matches for the first month that you're in. So basically, you're not going to miss out on any commissions for the first 30 days. It gives you a little bit of time to build up your team and make sure that you're not missing out on anything. Then there'll be a 6-month plan for 120. That'll be $20 into the plan every single month, so you're still making the residuals, and it will qualify you for the full 6 months for all commissions. You'll be qualified a manager for 2 months, and then there's a year for $200. So at a year, you're going to get 2 months for free, and then you're going to get $16.67 basically put in every single month for 12 months, and you're going to be qualified as manager for 90 days. So those are the 4 packages that are going to be available with the education, and all of that money goes into the binary, and all of that money is going to be paid out to the distributor based on 20% of your pay leg, a 50% matching bonus on every single person that you sponsor. Whatever they make in the binary, you'll make 50%. So if they make 500, you'll make 250. If they make 5,000, you'll make 2,500. And that'll be paid out every single week. And then as you move up to manager, whether it's by buying a multi-month package or by reaching $1,000 in volume on your lesser team, either or, then you can start getting up to 5 generations of a 10% match. Now, generations are much more powerful than levels. A generation pays to infinity until it reaches the next manager or higher. That doesn't end your pay. That just ends that first generation and starts your second. So it's guaranteed 5 levels, worst case scenario, if everybody was hitting manager. But in reality, it'll typically pay 30, 40, 50, 60 levels, and in some cases more than that, and give you the ability to match tens of thousands of people in a very large organization. So that's really where the big money comes from, is in the 50% match and then the 5 generations of 10% match, because it's enabling you to leverage your entire organization's earnings, in addition to what you're earning in the binary. So that's how the binary is paid out. It will be paid out every Friday. The commission period will end at midnight Eastern time. The commissions will run, and then they'll be deposited into the wallets on Friday. So that's what people can expect. Our goal is to do the first commissions this Thursday. The only reason we wouldn't is if we're having some issues with the upgrade process, where people aren't being marked as upgraded and stuff like that. We feel that between now and Thursday is plenty of time for somebody to either fund a wallet, mini wallets like Uphold and stuff like that. You can fund with a debit card or credit card, and have funded within, your first 20 minutes or so, and be ready to upgrade. If you are having issues, get with your upline. Many people already have funded wallets, and you can, send them the money, and then they can go and fund your account. They will have to have your login into your back office in order to fund your account. So that's something that you'll have to figure out. But that's one of the benefits of this. Where there's a will, there's a way. If somebody has a way to pay you $20, then I'm sure you can find somebody with a wallet that will fund it. One of the great things, a lot of people are trying to figure out, well, what's the easiest way to cash out of my cryptocurrency? Well, that's one of them. Build a large organization and something like Modern Money Team. And while people are setting up their wallets and while people are learning which wallets work the best, then you can fund it for them and take the cash. So that's something that, a lot of people have done in many different programs. It's not anything that I came up with or we came up with, but there's no reason that somebody can't get into this business if they have $20 and they want to figure it out. I'm sure there's somebody that will fund their account for them, just because it does make it easy to turn your cryptocurrency into cash right there very easily. So what the upgrade process will be, I've gone through it over the weekend several times in testing. My thoughts are it's very easy, but no matter how easy something is, there's always some questions. We are going to make some videos of this. There will be an upgrade button in your back office. You'll simply click on that upgrade button, and then it's going to next go to your the packages that are available. Actually, choose country first, and then it'll go to packages. Underneath those packages, it just has an Add One button. You just click that. That'll add that button. You agree to the terms and conditions. You can continue to the review. The wallet that we're starting off with is coinpayments.net. We are taking Litecoin, Ethereum, or Bitcoin. And then literally, you click on one of those. It's going to forward to coinpayments.net. And then it's going to, on there, you need to put in your name and address and, just basic information that it asks. And then it shows the wallet that you can either copy and paste, or it also has the QR code that you can just go into your Coinbase or your Uphold or whatever you're using and use the QR code, and then it's basically done. Then it goes into the verification. So depending on the coin that you use, can be a matter of minutes, a matter of hours, or potentially, if the blockchain gets way backed up, a matter of days. Once it's verified, then in your back office, you will show up as active and green, and we are going to be putting a basic countdown that's showing how long you're active till. And the goal is to just not let that time run out, because if it does, then you're no longer qualified for commissions, and your volume is no longer going to carry over. Going to the mining compensation, the first thing that we do on all mining, actually I'll just start with the full machine. When somebody purchases a machine for $3,000, and this is a moving target. The $3,000 isn't locked in forever. That's just on the first machine based on what our current price was on the graphics cards on those machines. So this could change. It could go up or it could go down depending on what the graphics cards end up doing. And so on the first machines that we will be offering will be $3,000. $200 will be paid to the sponsor. $100 will go into the binary. And then as mining starts, it's going to be, the power is going to be taken off the top, and then 75% is going to go to the person who purchased the machine. That's whether it's 10% or whether it's 100%. 1% is a little bit different. And then 5% is going to the sponsor, 10% is going to the binary, and 10% is going to the company. Again, that's after the power is taken off the top for the machine. So that's basically how that works out on the 10% or on the 100% purchase a full machine or cloud mining 10% of a machine paid the same. 1%, it's different. And the reason it's different is because the money going upline would be so small every month, depending on what the current price of Ethereum is and what the current mining is per machine. You'd be looking at probably around 30 to 50 cents going in per month. And on the cloud mining, we're doing a 2-month contract. So it'd be 30 to 50 cents a month for 2 years. What we've decided to do is just put in $20 up front, and all of the mining goes to the person who purchases the share. So instead of 75% going to the person who purchases the share, all the mining is going to go to the person who purchased the share. And then $20 is going to go to pay the sponsor and the entire upline. So $50 for one share, $20 is going into the binary instantly, and then the full mining of that 1% will be paid to the person who purchased the share, and that'll pay out over a 2-year period of time. So that's pretty much the compensation plan, the vision, where we are. So what I'm going to do the last few minutes here is just cover the update. So pretty much set in stone. I can't see anything changing this. We've gone through it multiple times. It's been very smooth, and the process is a couple clicks. Takes literally, if you already have a Coinbase or something set up, you should be able to upgrade within 30 or 40 seconds. If you don't have one set up, then again, that's the first step. You need to set up whatever your wallet is. And again, we're taking Litecoin, Ethereum, and Bitcoin. And so those are the 3 options. So what our plan is right now is in your back office at midnight Eastern, you'll be able to see the upgrade, and then you'll be able to go ahead and upgrade for whatever package that you want. That's basically in the back office. We're going to stay there. And then right around noon Eastern time on Wednesday, we're going to launch the checkout. So the new people, so right now, the process would be the same as it is. You go sign up for free, then you upgrade in the back office. Wednesday around somewhere between noon and 2 Eastern time, then we're going to change the upgrade process where they have to already have a wallet funded to upgrade, or somebody has to have a funded wallet in order for them to upgrade. That'll eliminate the free position. And since we've been working a lot on the back end and you know, testing the wallet systems and stuff like that, we're a little bit further behind than we thought we'd be on just the launching of the actual corporate site. And so we're looking to launch the actual corporate site somewhere between like Friday and Monday. And it's not going to change a lot. It's just going to have a lot more of the information. So the information on the mining, a little bit more information on the company and the process and all of that. It's not going to make an enormous, huge difference in marketing, but it obviously is going to make a difference so that people can, you know, see a little bit more information and have a little bit more to look at other than basically a couple bullet points and a video. But again, this is all part of the pre-launch process as we're testing everything and making sure that everything's running smooth. Our goal right now is to get people paid is really the big goal. We've been in the pre-launch for a little over 2 weeks. Some people have built organizations of well over 10,000 people. Many people have built organizations of, you know, hundreds of people. And I know how it is to work for free. It's no fun. Nobody likes to put in a lot of effort and do a lot of calls and do what it takes to build an organization of hundreds of people or thousands or tens of thousands of people and not get paid. So one of our top priorities is to allow people to upgrade and get the commissions paid. So that's what we've been putting a lot of the time on. We're also this week going to be launching the first month education. Every month we'll be adding more education, and sometimes it'll be multiple pieces per month, just depending on what's happening in cryptocurrency, things that people need to watch for, and you know, some things that they need to do. It'll typically be a PDF will be the main thing that will be added every month that eventually will be translated into many languages. And then there'll be just sharing of some other articles, some other videos, some other information that sometimes will happen as often as several times a week. It could even be a couple times per day, depending on, you know, new information that we think people need to know about in, you know, this cryptocurrency world. And so a lot of that will be set up in more of a blogging situation that has a login through the back office in order to see, you know, more and more information. All of that's not going to be translated. Most of that will be English. The actual PDF every month with an actual course, like a university course type training, where, you know, you have different sections and chapters and stuff like that. That'll be in a PDF, and that will be eventually translated into starting with 2 languages and then going up to 9 languages as we grow in different markets. It's important to us that we do launch that basic training in multiple languages because we do have people all over the world, and we don't want to only have education in English, or, you know, it doesn't seem like they're really getting what they're paying for. And our goal, as mentioned, is to become one of, if not the premier training company in all cryptocurrency. And that is an enormous opportunity for every single person on the line right now, because it's such a hot topic and so few people really know anything about it. And so a lot of us kind of have a skewed perception because we've been following it for months and in some cases for years and know quite a bit about it. But you go start talking to, you know, your neighbors and all of that, and what you'll find is most of them know almost nothing about Bitcoin. They've heard of it, and that's about it. And so the opportunity is huge. And then I think even the bigger opportunity is in the mining and being able to build an organization full of mining machines because of what that does with long-term leveraged, building. So that's basically the updates that we wanted to cover. We're not going to go into a Q&A this evening because of the number of people on the line. It would take a ton of time. We are going to be kicking in the customer service, so if you do have questions, go through the support, and those will start being answered tomorrow. So we're adding, again, every single day. You're going to be seeing some new things added as we move from pre-launch to now pre-launch, where people are going to actually start getting paid and launching the websites and the products and stuff like that. So again, log into your back office, or you can do it. You really have any time till Thursday. So there's not a big advantage to upgrade this second, but you definitely want to upgrade before midnight Thursday, because the plan right now is going to be to pay on Friday. So if you're not upgraded by midnight Thursday, all of the volume that's created in your organization between now and then is going to turn to zero, and you're not going to get paid on it, because the only way that it holds volume is you have to place an order. Now, as mentioned, if there are issues, if you have any problems, and with the upgrade process, then we'll probably extend it till next Thursday. But our plan isn't to extend it. Our plan is to run the first commissions on Thursday, pay them on Friday, and then next Thursday the second, and et cetera, so that you can have money coming in every single Friday. And with the size of some of the organizations, we feel that there's going to be people already this early on making thousands, even 10,000 plus per week, just on the education piece. So the potential here is enormous with what we have going on. So hopefully that explains a little bit more. We'll be doing some videos on the upgrade process and getting them out via email and social media. But the upgrade process is pretty simple if you have a wallet. If you don't have a wallet, again, make sure and get that funded by Thursday, or figure out how to fund through somebody who already has, a crypto wallet. And the last thing I want to end on is, I'll tell you what, it's exciting times if you really see the vision of cryptocurrency and what the potential is, and believe the major experts, and not even cryptocurrency experts, but just financial experts, people like Bill Gates and Richard Branson and many of these other people, talking what they think, Bitcoin might hit in the next 10 years or 5 years or 20 years, and other people are talking what they think Ethereum is going to do, and some people talking what Litecoin is going to do, and why you're seeing Litecoin, grow and be probably out of the three right now, the most stable, that's having the smallest amount of adjustments. But all of them, if you go back over the last 6 months, are up a bunch. But again, having the ability this Friday to start getting paid in those currencies, and I mean, you don't know, it's possible that they could go down more or continue to go down, but the people that are paying attention, I think that the odds are much more that they're going to go up. So one of the things that I think is exciting is every single Friday getting paid in cryptocurrency and having the ability to move whatever you want to USD or to Euro or to pesos or whatever your currency is that's pretty stabilized, and then have the ability to let as much of it ride as you want to, and potentially your commissions go up 50% or 100% or 500% over the next 6 months to couple years. It's an exciting time right now, and I hope that all of you guys can see that and understand it. But I want to again thank everybody. Again, be patient. Pre-launch is a lot of times not the funnest time in a business. Take advantage of even just tomorrow and Wednesday of getting as many people in as you possibly can for free, because as soon as we launch that checkout on probably Wednesday, then there isn't going to be free spots. They're going to have to come in with one of the 4 packages. They can still come in for free and then upgrade instantly, and they're going to want to do that because obviously if they want to get paid on Friday, they're going to need to upgrade. But it just giving people some basic updates here. Again, upgrade should be in the back office right around midnight Eastern time, and then you have basically till midnight Eastern time on Thursday to upgrade and not miss out on any commissions. So again, you will be seeing more information, and there's a lot of exciting things that we have going on. So thanks everybody, and have an absolutely incredible night.